Well, this is the second take on this video. I'm so unfamiliar with how to do things that I screwed the first one up. But anyways, hopefully I can start doing these videos again every week. It's been a long time, a couple months, and hopefully I can get back into it. I wanted to just touch bases with you, let you know I'm still here and that I love you and understand the difficulties that you are all going through. I wanted to let you know that my plans to cover the concepts of non-duality and Dvaita, as it is known, which is duality, over the next few weeks. I had a fun experience over the past few weeks by meeting with a group of spiritual people that I used to meet with 10 plus years ago, and after a few weeks recognized the difficulties of being in a spiritual group with those that have a profound belief in non-duality. It causes friction. And so for that reason, I don't plan on going anymore. Not that I don't enjoy their presence, but I absolutely am opposed to that corrupt and evil teaching. A quick note, I was asked by a person to give them my opinion of the Quran and the teachings that are in that particular religion. And I've never studied the Quran, and I've never studied Islam because throughout my life I have seen worldwide the effects of those that follow that teaching. And to me, it seems to be evil. Even though there's so much subtlety in the Quran talking about love and how to treat people fairly and etc., etc. Nevertheless, I will tell you my take on it. If you study the Quran, I went through it and I spent about 3 weeks doing my studies as best I could and got, partially through it, and then recognized there's quite a repetition in it. And so I started to peruse it at a quicker pace. And I finished almost a week ago. And I'll tell you with my concluding opinion based upon my lifetime of wisdom and understanding, that there may be books by Anton LaVey that I don't know, I haven't studied them, about Satan, etc., etc. There may be, there may not be. I don't know, but I'm certain that he would give his facet of Satan. And Islam, through the Quran, which was given to us supposedly by Muhammad, delineates, in my opinion, and I mean this sincerely, and I don't mean any harm, or I have no animosity for anyone in that faith or religion, but it is clear to me that who they worship, or if Allah appeared to Muhammad, he's definitely Satan. And just like Shiva is Satan in Hinduism. But that's not unusual, because, as Jesus mentioned many times, this is not his kingdom. This is not his... If he were the king, it would certainly not be in this particular realm that he came here to preach his version of reality and truth and stuff like that. So that makes perfect sense. And in my opinion, the Quran is the best book or study guide that I have ever found in my life that would give you a inside view of the character traits of Satan, or as they in their religion call him Allah. And again, I mean no disrespect whatsoever. I know it comes across as disrespectful, but I absolutely do not mean any disrespect. It's just that I think the disrespect that I do have is for ignorance. I have disrespect for lies. I have disrespect for people who knowingly corrupt the truth. That is the one issue that I definitely have disrespect for. But I believe that 99.99% of the members of the Islamic faith are simply ignorant, and they don't understand what the truth is, and for that reason it's forgivable that they would follow Satan and do all the heinous things that they do, because they're following a deity that they assume to be representative of the God that I worship, and that clearly is not the case. You know, I spent 35 years as a devout Mormon, and there's no difference there. That's just another facet view of Satan. If Joseph Smith did see and communicate with what he calls God, then it's the same scenario. If he didn't make it all up, clearly the same character traits follow an individual that meets and thinks that they are communicating with God, when in fact it's a demonic deity or Satan himself, one or the other, because of the outward traits. In other words, as Joseph Smith, you're not, I don't care what deity you listen to, you're not supposed to have sex with other men's wives. You're not supposed to have sex with 12 and 14-year-old girls. You're just not supposed to do those things. The God that they worship not only condones, but commands them to do that sort of thing. And so, to me, it's crystal clear who they worship. And that's fine. I understand. As I said, I was a Mormon for 35 years. Not that I worshiped Joseph Smith or his teachings. I always had an issue with that, but always figured that I was ignorant and that someday I would learn the truth and understand the nature behind those teachings. But in fact, the opposite happened, and I understood that it was bad, evil, and that's why I'm no longer a Mormon. I'm no longer an LDS. Nevertheless, I have absolutely no negative issues about being a Mormon for those many years. I learned so much. It's just absolutely incredible. And I'm sure the same could be said about those are the members of the Islamic faith. But yeah, it's just I'm sorry, it's Satan they worship. Who they refer to as Allah is Satan. And that's fine. As I said, I have no animosity for them. It's just, that's the way it is. So anyways, in my following videos over the next few weeks, I will be discussing the nature of non-duality, the mechanics of it, and how you can relate to it. I know I like to speak about the nature of enlightenment, and I don't believe you can, in fact, I'm sure you cannot fully understand the concept of Dvaita or Advaita or the concept of non-duality properly in its full understanding unless you are fully spiritually enlightened. And of course, there's probably not a handful of people on the planet at this time that are fully enlightened. Nevertheless, I am still going to cover the topic of non-duality and enlightenment over the next several months. And unless something changes, that's what I'll be talking about. Again, I love you, and I appreciate your prayers for me. And I do the same for you. And I hope the best for you and hope that things work out in your life and that you are able to navigate through these difficult times. Thank you for watching. I love you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.